I'm not sure if you can remember from last year when I visited the waterfalls in the valley called Hjelmeland. At this very spot I flipped a coin, and if I got heads I would visit the 3 waterfalls up to my left first, and if I get tails I would visit the waterfall called Ryganfossen. And last year I flipped a coin and I got heads. And that meant I went to my left and saw the 3 waterfalls there. Thing is, those waterfalls were extremely time-consuming and beautiful, so the hours just flew by and I never got the chance to visit the last waterfall called Ryganfossen, which is considered to be one of the most beautiful waterfalls we have here. It's 50 meters free-falling water straight into a valley. I have to see it, and so I called my father and asked if he would tag along. And
but you have to flip the coin.
Yeah, I will
again.
I will flip the coin, and this time I really hope I get tails. Otherwise, it will be a repeat of last video, and we don't want that. Rules are rules. I'm not sure if you can see it, but we got tails. It's all good.
And I can join you this time.
It's, as you can see, it's spring. The birds are chirping, the birch has popped, and it's a beautiful day. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right,
go.
Let's go. There is a few weeks from the end of Easter until the start of May where it feels like I'm just waiting for the snow to melt from the tallest peaks around in Norway. And when that happens, I can finally start tenting again at the top of the mountains without having to sleep in snow. And I really look forward to that. The mountains around these parts are tent ready, to put it like that. I think we walked maybe 20-30 minutes from where we flipped the coin, and we walked through a really old beautiful birch forest, and we're on our way to a mountain farm called 𝐔𝐿𝐴. And from that spot I expect to see the waterfall Ryganfossen. And Ryganfossen is considered to be one of Rogaland's most majestic and beautiful waterfalls. It has a free fall of 56 meters, so the water just comes off over the edge and it hits the ground, creating a huge splash, and that's where the waterfall gets its name from. Ryganfossen, which in Norway means maybe something along that, like a steam cloud coming, as like the splash zone. There's some vaporized water, and yeah, it's, you know what I mean. In Norwegian that's called råk, vannråk, and råk translates into rykan, like smoke, smoky waterfall. It's, you have to be Norwegian to get it, but at least that's what it means. I'm really happy I'm able to do this because I felt bad that I didn't get the chance to visit that waterfall the last time I was here, so I can finally cross this off the list. All right, I gotta find my father, he's up there. Der han. Ryganfossen mellom trærne. Okay, there's snow on the peaks. There's a giant waterfall behind us, splashing down. The sky is blue and the trees are starting to get green. It's springtime. This whole scene screams Norwegian nature. So I thought I'd propose a little photo competition between the two of us. The rules are simple. Take the photograph which most screams Norwegian nature, and the loser has to carry all the food on the next camping trip.
As I do always. Also. Huh?
That's true,
Yeah.
but this time it will be fair.
Okay.
You in?
Yeah, I'm in.
And the audience decides in the comment section.
Yeah.
We're gonna take one photograph each for the competition, and the photograph that screams Norwegian nature the most wins the competition and can let the other person carry all the food on the next wild camp.
Okay, let's get started, huh?
All right.
Yeah.
I already have 7 ideas.
I have one.
The first thing I'm thinking is that I'm gonna eat a bit, because never start a photo competition when you're hungry. It never pays off, and my father, I don't think he knows that. So I've set up for the first photograph of the day, and I'm thinking I'm gonna start with maybe the most obvious photograph first, and then move on to kind of different ideas, because I can't leave this place without a total of the waterfall. And here's what I like. I like the waterfall, I like the snow-covered mountains in the background, and I love where the water droplets catch the bright sun. But I don't like the trees in the front, so I put on the 200mm lens, and that allows me to zoom past those trees and still get the waterfall in its environment. In addition to this, I've put on a polarizing filter to take off the glare of the water, because there's a really bright sun, as you probably have noticed. And also put on a gradient filter, which helps me to balance the bright sky and the dark areas of the waterfall. So I'm really happy with this. It will probably not be the best photograph of the day, but I can't leave this place without the whole waterfall in its environment. So I'm really happy with this. So I'm gonna take this now, 2-second shutter delay, like that, and then I'm gonna move on to different compositions. Photographed what I can from this position, and I'm thinking about moving a bit up the hillside to get a different angle on the waterfall. Maybe that will help with the harsh light.
Yeah, it was not easy with the light. That was my problem. But I have my green tree, and there is a waterfall behind. I'm quite sure of that.
There was a slight change of plans because when I was walking up the hillside, I saw this little road down to the right, and I figured if I go down there, maybe I'll get the river and Ryganfossen behind it. And I found a spot where I'm right now, where I get just that. So I set up, I'm using the same filters as I was using back up there with the gradient filter and the polarizer. The light is still very harsh, but I'm not complaining. It's a beautiful day, it's warm, it's a magnificent scene, so it just doesn't get any better than this. So I'm gonna take this photograph and then I'm gonna head back up and see if I can locate my dad. No more coffee, no more photographs. I'm done, I think.
Yep.
Are you done?
Me too.
It's so bright, we can barely see our LCD screen, so I have no idea how the photographs turns out. But let's call it here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the photographs on screen, our best photographs, like this. I'm not sure which one of mine will be my favorite, but I think your photographs of the rainbow right here should turn out pretty well, I think.
I hope so. But I
Fingers crossed.
Cross fingers.
But you can, as we said, write in the comment section if you want which photograph you prefer in a little photo contest, and then the loser will carry all the food during the next wild camp. All right, we talked in the car about trips that we hadn't completed, that we've started, and I mentioned that this one, the Ryganfossen, was my hike last year, which I didn't get to finish, and then you remembered something similar, another waterfall.
Another waterfall, a bit south here, Hjelmeland.
Yes.
That is a very nice waterfall. I have seen it because I have seen one of your videos before.
Yes, me and my cousin 𝐂𝐚𝐽𝐿, we went there 3 years ago, and it's a beautiful waterfall, and it's not far from here, as you said. So,
but I have been as far as to the parking place for the Hjelmeland, but then we had to decide not to go the last kilometer on our foot because we didn't have any gear, and it started to rain. So I have to get back there, but I don't know if we can go back today, or is there time?
I think there's time. For once we started early. Yeah, let's try it. Let's call it off from Ryganfossen.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful hike. It's been a beautiful day so far. It's the day is only half done. So let's get back to the car and drive to Hjelmeland. It's been 3 years since the last time I was here. And it's still as mighty and beautiful now as it was then. Behold the majestic Månafossen.